McKee now goes off the pin, and he starts to gain some ground, but he closes through the...
Looked like something happened to Bobolic.
Oh, no. On the final lap, it looks like the 35 of Schmierbach is pulled off the race course.
Wait a minute.
But the 60 of Bobolic goes down there. Turn one, they get together. Oh, and barrel roll on the final lap of the Formula Lights final. The 60 of Bobolic was not going to give him that lane, and the 01 of McKee stuck his nose in there.
And he barrel rolled over the top of him.
Over the top, and that's the second time we're going to see down there in the pits. Make sure Bobolic gets out okay. There's the 69 of Wallach. He's going to keep moving as he goes across the start-finish line. Let's get our IHRA rescue team down there. Hopefully they get the 60 of Bobolic. Boy, you could tell there was a bit of frustration there coming off of turn number 2, and Bobolic just was not going to leave that lane open for the 01 of McKee, and McKee was like, hey, man, I'm going in there. You better leave me a lane. And boy, they both get wadded up and collected on the final lap of the Formula Lights main event. Could that mean that the 21 of Jose Mendaña is your de facto winner here? What's going to happen? We're going to have to wait and find out. But it looks like we're trying to see. There's the 60 of Brandon Bobolic. He's got to be very frustrated as he gets on the boat there and wringing out, soaking wet. Boat's upside down. Man, that has got to be a frustrating end to an otherwise unbelievable run for the 60 of Bobolic.
Let's watch the replay.
As he gets his helmet off there, coming down, and McKee is right on his hip. And he's like, hey, man, I'm in there. And Bobolic just goes up and over the top of the 01 of Jake McKee. Boy, you know, looks like fairly limited damage, but both of them. The problem is there's half a lap left. Now,
let's see what kind of room they got, because it's just hard to see how much room there really was.
They was both room set. There. But the problem all weekend long here in Formula Lights, we saw the same thing in both opening of Heat 1 and 2, trying to turn that hard left down in turn 3, and especially with the wind and how rough the water is, just doesn't seem to be something that the Formula Lights...
Here's a slow-mo of another angle. You know, I think Brandon's boat got up on the deck of Jake's boat, and then he wasn't able to turn it.
No more turning at that point. He was just hooked up and hanging on and going for a ride.
He was going for a ride.
Because once he gets up on the deck, it almost looks like he just goes from turning left to going straight, and it just pushes into the 01 of McKee.
Yeah, he had no control at that point.
I wonder if the 01 of McKee can get it started, and what we're going to do here. Are we going to have a one-lap dash for cash? Are they going to call it? Very interesting to see what's going to happen here in this Formula Lights final, but boy, I'm curious what happened out of turn number 2 for the number 60 of Brandon Bobolic. The motor bogged. The motor bogged coming out of turn number 2. And that was all she wrote for the 60 of Bobolic. He knew he was going to give it up. He had to stick the nose in there. He had to give it one last try. And you can see he's a bit frustrated there on the IHRA Formula 1 Powerboat Series rescue boat. Boy, it's going to be a frustrating rest of the day for the 60 of Bobolic. The question is can Jake McKee get it started? Is he going to get assessed any sort of penalties for stopping the race? What is going to happen? As we see the 60 of Brandon Bobolic make his way in to be checked out by our local medical partners. Getting a thumbs up from Caleb McCumber. What part of the IHRA rescue team? Looks like the 60 of Bobolic is okay, but unfortunately his race is done. He was so close to his first win ever on the IHRA Formula 1 Powerboat Series in the Formula Lights class, and boy, now he's going to have to settle for a 10th, 11th place finish here in this Formula Lights final. And boy, what a rough weekend it was for B&B Racing, as the 35 of Schmierbach went out just 2 laps before that. For the first time in a long time, B&B Racing not completing the final either boat. Now we're just waiting for Chief Referee Doug Ray, the scoring team, Managing Director Tim Siebel, and everybody just decipher everything, see what we're going to do for a rolling restart here and what things are going to look like, because we have yet to crown a champion in Formula Lights. Are we going to have a one-lap dash for cash as they get the 60
Oh, yes, we are.
Ooh, all right. Well, hey, as you know, if the managing director tells you it's happening, Tim. So it looks like we're going to have a one-lap dash for cash, and the 21 of Mendaña and the 69 of Wallach now are going to be doing battle side by side in row 1.